Hello beautiful people, today we're going to talk about how to leave a job you love for more money. So this one's a big one because this is a huge shift, a huge change, and there's so many important factors involved in it, so I want to step you through it really carefully. I want you to be able to learn how to leave a job you love for more money without burning bridges or without destroying relationships. I want you to learn how to be able to evaluate whether or not the more money is worth the move, and how to design your exit as a nice closure, if that's what it is you choose to do, and how to leave behind a strong network of people and not just your own empty chair. You can love your job and still leave it. I want you to understand how to be able to do that with integrity and also self-care. Most people feel guilty about leaving. I want to help you be smart about it and view it as an effective closure based on value and offers that you've delivered. I want you to learn how to not just give notice, but also leave in a way that leaves you valued and fondly remembered, and that you have people behind you who want to work with you again. And I want to help you evaluate whether or not leaving your current job that you love, your dream job, is actually a move towards a job that you are going to enjoy even more. By the end of this video, I want you to be able to understand how to balance self-care and the analysis of the financial situation and figure out which is more important for you at this particular time. I want you to learn a 3-part test in thinking about when it's time to move on. I want you to use this as an opportunity to build your reputation rather than destroy it, and move from leaving something behind to offering something valuable and new. So leaving behind, we often think about it as leaving our team behind, or leaving them in the lurch, or leaving unfinished business behind that you wanted to attend to. You're going to be much more effective if you start thinking about this as a new opportunity, not just for yourself, but also for the people around you, and look to be able to generate a certain level of closure on the side of the job that you're thinking about leaving. If you work in making, building and designing offers, as opposed to simply taking tasks off of the flow of work as if you're working on an assembly line, what you'll find is that there's a natural closure around certain things, which is, I've completed this project, I think it's now time for me to move on. And what I found over the years is, as you complete things, there's a natural break, a natural hiatus, and it's important in that moment to decide whether or not that's the opportunity for you to move to something new. If you have something new that's waiting for you, they will actually respect that. You can negotiate that to start a job 2 months later than they might want you for, and if they're all determined to get you over there as fast as they can, they're not respecting the people that you're leaving behind as much as you are, and that should be an indicator for you that this may not be a job that you are going to love. As you take time to wrap up a job, it's important to ask yourself, what's the offer and value that I have delivered? Have I left people better, stronger, having learned things from me? And have I created systems and infrastructure for people that they will be able to uphold and carry forward? So did I leave it better than I found it, is basically what you're asking yourself in there, and give yourself the acknowledgement and credit for having done that, and begin to speak to that as you start getting ready to make your move. 3 critical things you need to look at before you start thinking about making a move is money alignment, values alignment, and offer alignment. And that's not just the job offer per se. What that is the money alignment is me moving going to get me a, say, 10 to 20% salary increase, base salary increase? Or is it going to give me some quality of life value that I wouldn't otherwise have had? Now, we all have ebbs and flows and ups and downs in our careers and in our lives. So if you're looking to do something new in your life, you're looking to start a family, you're looking to be able to do an incredible sabbatical hike that you wanted to be able to do, you're looking to be able to compete in some amazing competition, you've got other family matters going on regarding your parents, or wherever you are in the process of life, it's important as you look at a new job opportunity not just to consider the purely the financial value. There's also the quality of life value, and I really encourage you to look at those together and weigh them up against each other. There have been many times when I've been offered positions and I've used the salary they're offering me as a way to be able to negotiate a quality of life that I knew I wanted. So I might say, you can give me less, but I want more holidays. You can give me less, but I want to be able to work from home 3 days a week. You can give me, and I'm not saying less, I'm telling specifically the number, because who knows what less is. But what you're doing in there is you're negotiating for yourself and your whole person and your quality of life. So the offer isn't just about money. The other thing that you're looking for is your growth potential, your growth opportunity in there. Just growth in terms of predictable career path, but growth in terms of your ability to be able to make offers inside the organization. Are they going to give you the freedom and the autonomy to be able to design your own work to a certain extent? By that I don't mean that you're locking yourself in an ivory tower and telling them you're going to come out 10 years from now with something amazing. What I mean by that is, are you going to be able to take your practice of making offers that got you to this point and got you promoted and has you identified as someone who is innovative and creative and adds value? Are you going to be able to take those practices and use those in your new company? I have gone to companies where I was working for a boss I loved, in a job that I loved, but the opportunity wasn't there for me financially, and I made a move and I ended up working for someone who wanted to tell me what to do all the time and wasn't open to offers that I could make. So I effectively shot myself in the foot in that case. As you're thinking about your key criteria, there is the financial and quality of life. There is the ability for autonomy and ability to be able to make offers and grow yourself inside the company. And then the third one is your values. Is the company doing something that you would be proud to talk about with your friends, your peers, your colleagues, your network? Are they doing something that you admire? Are they doing something that 10 years from now, when you've lent 10 years of your life to this work, you can stand by it and say, I'm super proud of what it is that I did? I had the lovely privilege of growing up with a dad who was an engineer, and we would drive around Dublin. I'm Irish. We would drive around Dublin and my dad would say, I did that. I made that happen. I helped that. And what I loved about it was the idea of being proud of your life's work. When you get towards the end of your life, if you're not proud of your life's work, you're going to be sad. So as you start thinking about values, look at it from the perspective of, do these people's values align with me? Do what the company is doing in the world align with what I consider to be important and what I hold dear? And are they going to support me in continuing to grow and advance those values so that I can offer more to people? So, quick little data snapshot of why high performers leave companies is 63% of them leave because there's lack of career growth. 54% of them leave because they feel undervalued, and 49% of them leave because there's a compensation gap. So just look at the order of that. It's really important to understand that career growth and feeling valued is the reason why the majority of people leave. If you're thinking about leaving work you love for more money, make sure that you have done the negotiation to see if you can't get more money where you already are, where you've already made a name for yourself, where you already have people who trust you and accept your offers, where you already have a certain amount of autonomy because of the value that you've been consistently bringing. And then make sure that there isn't money on the table, that you're leaving, going to a whole new job that you may not have those similar opportunities in. Let's talk about step 4, which is the grateful exit strategy. So if you've decided to go, if you've done all the negotiations, if you've decided the best thing for you to do is to move on, not necessarily looking at it as being just moving on, but to move to your next opportunity, is make sure you close all of the commitments that you currently have, that you wrap up with people, and that you know that you've done a good closure. Communicate with clarity and gratitude. Make sure that you are acknowledging that you've had an amazing chapter, and not just as a facade, but that you genuinely have, and you're able to have those conversations with people and express your gratitude. It's also super useful to leave what I call a legacy doc, which is, here's what we've done, here's what we've accomplished, because it does a certain level of support for your team. Whenever you can, if there's an opportunity for you to be able to meet the person who's replacing you, that's also a document that you would give them. Sometimes companies give you that opportunity. Take it if you can possibly have it, because you're not going into that meeting telling the person how brilliant you are and how right you are and how wonderful you've done over the last couple of years. What you're doing is you're there in service to them, to be able to set them up for success and to be able to take care of your people who you've grown over the last however many years. Make sure that you celebrate others on the way out. These are the thank yous, the acknowledgements, and with specific data and numbers and gratitude. They're not just a quick thank you in the corridor, they're a recognition of how they helped you get to where you are. Also offer to stay connected. So I'm connected to people that I went to kindergarten with, but I'm also connected to people that I've done great projects with, and I absolutely love them. And if I meet them, after 3, 5, 10 years, it's as if we were never parted in the first place. And some of that is because we did incredible work together and we remember that work. You all have wonderful stories about successful projects that you worked on, that you were working hard on, that you did a lot of work, amazing things together, and you know the people who you did that with. You want to be one of those people. Make sure that you stay connected to the people. You may want to bring them to your new company or to your new team at some point. The fifth point is to remember that you're not leaving people behind. You're actually leading and growing yourself. So you'll see over the course of a career that you end up, it's like a dance, you end up coming back together with people at different phases in your life over time. You end up reaching out to them for help with things. You end up reaching out to them for acknowledgement and support of things. And what you'll see is that you're not leaving them behind. You're simply continuing the conversation from a different company or from a different perspective. It's really easy to get buried in a new job when you get there. Totally understand that. But when you get time to take your head up and stick your head up above the parapet and you've settled into a new job at about the sort of 6 to 9 month time frame, make sure that you're also reconnecting with all of the people that you've worked with in the past and seeing how it is that they're doing and acknowledging the support that they gave you and talking to them about the future that you're building. So those are 5 steps that will really help you make sure that this is a magnificent transition for you and that there will be an element of sadness leaving people behind, but there's also huge opportunity for growth. If you're ready to make this kind of move, look at the Get Promotion Readiness Assessment, because it'll help you, even though it's designed specifically around a promotion, but effectively you are getting a promotion by moving to another company, it'll help you ask some of the questions you need to ask and get you ready for the conversations you need to have in your new company. It's down below in the link. Promotionreadinessassessment.com is another way to get at it. Fill it out, let me know what you think, and let me know whether or not this video helped you. I look forward to talking to you. Thank you. Bye.